Hello and welcome back. Hey, my name's cScot, and today we're back on Mech Magic. And I think we've got an insightful or enlightening or, I don't know, we got some sort of episode today, and it's going to be good. But today we're going to start some Evilcraft, alright? So we're going to get the basics of Evilcraft started here at our little house. But before we do that, I want to get your guys' thoughts on some things. I've found 5 different locations that we could set up a permanent house, base, home, whatever you want to call it. Somewhere where we can build big and go home, right? And so what I want to do is I want to get you guys' thoughts. So I've got a couple spots out around here that I've kind of reconned and I thought maybe might be worthwhile. And I want to take you guys to those. So I'm going to take you to each one of these, and then at the end of it, we're going to vote, okay? And we'll leave it up for a couple days, and then we'll discuss where we're going to do this at. So let me head off to this first one here, and I will see you guys at base option number 1. Alright, so base option number 1 is in the desert. Okay, it's a desert biome. Now every one of the base options is going to have some sort of astral temple around it, okay? Just because I want it, when we do astral sorcery, I don't want to have to run all over the place and look for one. So, but this is the first option, okay? We have an Evilcraft temple over here and everything else. Alright, so keep that one in mind, and I'm headed to base option number 2. Okay, we're close to base option number 2. Now number 2 is in an extreme hills biome. I've done a lot of building in extreme hills biomes recently. I think most everything I do is around in these for some odd reason. But the big thing is there's emeralds underneath here always, and it's pretty easy to get to them. But this one's got a nice big astral sorcery temple here too. So this one, not too horribly bad, but it's something we do a lot of. So just an option. I'll leave that open for y'all. And now base option number 3. We'll see you guys in another 1,000 blocks. Okay, we're coming up on base option number 3. And base option number 3 is kind of on top of this mesa plateau. So there's all sorts of these cool colors with an extreme hills backdrop over there. As the sun goes down, you can kind of see we've got this really cool area up here. So this is base option number 3, alright? And let me head to base option number 4. This one's not too far away. This one's going to actually be kind of up on top of a mesa, kind of like this last one was on base option number 3. But the difference between it is you're going to have more of these trees and dirt and stuff up on top here. So it's a little bit different, but still kind of something like this. So, alright? That's number 4. So, last one I got the 5th option. It's back over closer to our house. And I'm going to go grab some sleep, and I will see you guys at option number 5. Okay, so base option number 5 is actually really close to our base. We've got one of those nodes there, one of the Silence Gemmed Chaos nodes. We've got an Astral Sorcery Temple. We're kind of in a combination, in a transition between a desert and a mesa biome. We've got savanna over here. We've got this temple right here, and this little area right here. The other great thing is we have some root stuff here. So it's all sorts of cool looking stuff back in here. But if I had to pick one personally, I like option 5 right here. Just because it's a wide variety of things and you have the cool colors and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave it up to you all. Alright? So, base option number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, or 5. Alright? So if you check in your upper right hand corner about right now, you're going to notice a tag come out, and that'll be a voting tag. So vote, and then we'll determine on what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll get moving into other things. Alright, one of the things in the comments from last time, we talked about something called capacity, to add capacity to our chaos here for flight, right? And if you notice all that flying we did around, it used only almost 400,000 chaos, which isn't too bad, honestly. It's been pretty nice. But capacity here, there's a capacity rune we can make, and it looks something like this. Okay, so we're going to need to do a fragile chaos orb and then 4 enriched chaos essences to it. So let's add some of that to it. So we're going to need I'm going to need to get some more going here. This shouldn't be too bad. We'll throw this in here and we can build the first couple here. So into our crusher, there you go. We'll take the first one and then we'll go get our weak blood orb going, and then we can, by the time we get done with that, everything else should be pretty close to being done. Okay, so into our backpack we go, and we need a diamond, and we need the rest of the chaos that's in here. Okay, and redstone. We'll grab the redstone out too, because we'll need that at some point in time. So this we go here, and we surround it here with this. Okay, perfect. And now we'll take our crafting stick, and we're going to grab out of our backpack 4 glowstone, because we're going to need that for the chaos, or the enriched chaos. Okay, and this should be pretty close to being done. We need 16 total for this, and there's 16. Perfect. Okay, and finally we can do this like this. So here to here, and voila, we got 4 of the enriched chaoses, and now we can make the actual chaos rune. So one thing to note on this, you see that the slots, I've already added one of these to it because I wanted to try it out first, but you notice it right there, it says slots 11 of 20. Okay, now your chaos slot rune is going to add 1 slot. It's going to take 1 slot. So what it's telling you is you have 20 available slots to use when you do this. So you do here and here, and oh, maybe I can't add multiples to it. I wonder if I can add it to this. No, I can't. Well, there we go. It just won't work on the crafting table on a stick for some odd reason. But you now notice that it's got 12, and it's bumped it up 1 million chaos. So that was interesting. Okay, cool. I've noticed that on a couple things, that things don't always want to craft properly on things. Like if you're using this pack, you've got cyclic. Some of the cyclic crafting tables don't like silence gem stuff, and I don't know if that's been fixed yet or not, but we can throw this into our altar here, our chaos altar, and you'll notice it fills up pretty quickly. So now we have 4 million chaos. Cool, perfect. This is great. This is a good start for the day, but that'll allow us to fly for a super long time, and honestly we may not even need the refined chaos orb anymore. But so what we're going to do is we're going to get started with Evilcraft. All right, and Evilcraft. Alright, so this is where we're going. Okay, to start with Evilcraft, the first thing we're going to need to do is make a book. Okay, so I've got some leather here. We're going to need 1 piece of leather, some sugar cane. We're going to need 1 of these dark gems. Now these dark gems can be found between 6 and 66 Y level, and they're all over the place. I've just kind of picked them up as we go, but they're out there, and we'll need 1 set apple. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the apple and the dark gem, and it's going to craft us a darkened apple. And what we're going to need to do is go find some living mob. Okay, should be some right back over here, and it should be some sheep. We'll try it on a sheep today. But we're going to feed it. Oh, one thing we didn't do is craft our book yet. So let's craft a book real quick here, because we're going to need that. So paper and leather, and we got a book. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to feed something. And that one's a little close. We're going to feed this guy. This guy's going to be a sacrifice. And I'm sorry, buddy, but it's going to be. It's a day of not liking sheep. So we're going to feed him the darkened apple. Okay, and it's going to kill him. Once it does that, there's going to be a weird particle effect that happens, kind of like right here. Now we throw our book into that, okay, and that gives us our origin of darkness. That is how we get started into into Evilcraft. I'm sorry, I want to say blood magic for some odd reason. Okay, so we're in here now. So we got a first stage and a second stage. The first stage here talks about the dark apple, the darkened evil, all of this stuff, and spirit protection. Cool. Great. All right. Nice. Yes. Okay, but the big thing is we want to go to the second stage. All right, so we want to start doing some blood collecting here, because the thing that I want to end with today is what they call a blood chest, and it is right here, this blood chest. And what the blood chest does is it kind of helps if you've got vanilla tools. It'll help you repair those. So what we'll do is we'll create ourselves an iron sword here somewhere. I've got iron in here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, and as we do this, I'm going to just go and shellac things with our iron sword. And then we'll see that at the end that we can repair that with that chest. Okay, so to get blood, what we're going to need, let's go back up to the second age, blood extraction. All right, using some spikes to obtain from various beasts. Great. Well, we can read all this, but I can tell you the best way to do it is to get a blood extractor. Okay, so we want to build a blood extractor, which is pipes or spikes, glass, and dark gems. And I should have a piece of glass here. And I should have some more dark gems, and I should have some iron. Okay, this should be pretty easy to go said like this. With this gives us, did I do that right? Spikes, that away. Okay, great. We have spikes. 3 spikes, 1 dark gem, 1 piece of glass gives us a blood extractor. Okay, so what do you do with the blood extractor? Well, you know how I talked about it was sheep day? There's going to be a lot of sheeps that are not having a good day, okay? Because what we're going to do around now is we're going to come through here and we're going to kill mobs, okay? And you notice that gave us 41, right? 41 blood. This one gave us a lot more. So you can use it on passive mobs, you can use it on aggressive mobs, you can use it on mobs just in general. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run around and I'm going to grab a full blood extractor full of blood. Okay, come here, chicken. You're next. Perfect. This one's you're next too. So it's a painful day. So I'm not going to put you all through this, specifically through the execution of all these guys for the betterment of our game. I don't want to do that. So I will hit you guys in a second, and once I get this done, and we can discuss more of our Evilcraft. Well, that wasn't too bad. They didn't take too long, but we now have 5,000 millibuckets here of blood in our extractor. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to save that guy right there for a second, because we want to hit him up here in a second for some extra love. So we're going to take an area, a 5x5 area, which you got like this, and we're going to put the blood in here. So, come here. All right. The reason I'm doing this, I put that down first, was that when we destroy him, we get blood back. All right, great. So we got an extra here. So we go ahead and put blood in 5x5 area here. Now throw in our gem, our dark gem, and that gives us a dark power gem. Perfect, right? Yeah, super cool. So with this dark power gem, then we're able to now. We can start to craft up our blood infuser. So the blood infuser is what we need to start with. To get to the blood chest, you're going to have to, we want a quicker way to make this, all right? So the blood infuser is really the start of it. So we need hardened blood shards. Well, hardened blood shards come from hardened blood. And if we read that book, what it's going to tell us is we need to come back out here and we need to place this down. And we're going to place it in a little area like this. Okay, great, awesome. And then when it hardens, you'll see it hardens. We're going to hit it with this flint and steel. So sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. Either way, give me a second and we're going to let this thing turn. And then we will hit it with flint and steel, catch it on fire, and we'll get some blood, some of that out of that. So here we go. It's just time for the waiting game. We'll catch you guys when it's done. Well, it is done. Okay, so now we just hit it with flint and steel. Perfect. Now it gives us 8. Okay, so we got to do this again. So I'm going to have to go get more blood, and I'm going to make some more of these, and I will see you guys once I've collected more. Okay, here we go. Last group. I've already got 18. And that's 25. So that should be more than enough to get us started and get us through the actual day today of what we want to finish up. So here we go. Let's grab some cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's grab 2 sets of logs on us. And here we go. Let's grab 1 dark gem too. Okay. Do I have any? one point in time, I have some condensed blood. I found some of that in some of those temples. So I found a bunch of this. We're going to want that too. So to start this, we take our dark power gem and our hardened blood and we run it around that. And that gives us a blood infusion core. Okay, so the very first thing we want to make is what we're calling here the blood infuser, right? And you notice that we only made one of these blood infusion cores, right? Because once you get this blood infuser, you don't have to spend 5 millibuckets of blood to actually create yourself your dark power gem. You'll notice you only need 250. So it's like a huge, it's pretty nice when you think about it. So we'll add this to it. So that's going to add 4,000 millibuckets of blood to our blood infuser. So we then can add in the dark gem, and that will slowly craft up, and that will get us our dark power gem. So now we're saving all that extra blood, which is really nice, right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so dark power gem and hardened blood. Now we have one said blood infusion core, and to make our blood chest we just need to take like this, put the blood infusion core. Now we have a blood chest. Okay, and you may be like, why are you making a blood chest? Well, the reason I want to make a blood chest, and we can add some of this condensed blood into it here. There we go, more than enough. 3,000. If you got vanilla tools and other tools, you can add them to it, right? And you see how it repairs it. So this blood chest, if you hit, it repairs items. So for just under 300 millibuckets, I repaired our iron sword. Now what it doesn't, it's not fixing yet, is it doesn't work with the silent gems tools. I think I played a pack where it did, but I don't remember if it doesn't. And those are all good and been fixed. I don't think I've got anything up here. I have this stone pickaxe that, well, it's got 1 durability left on it. Wing charms. These guys and the sleeping mats. Let's try these. Sometimes these work. Okay, so sleeping charm. Oh, wing charm will work. Sleeping bag will work. So as you can see, it works on some things like that, and that's why I wanted it, because now I can keep, I can go get these different cyclic charms, and I can always refill and keep them full, and I don't have to recraft and everything. So it's a good trade-off. Even if my silence gems tools don't work in the blood chest, a lot of this stuff will, and some of these as we get run around are super nice to have. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you'll notice here, if you start looking at the recipes here with the blood infuser, you can undead saplings, and that's as we get further. But let's look at some of these really super cool things you can do when you really get far into this thing. Iron promise acceptor. Okay, cool. Yeah, great. All right. Blood orbs. Yeah, whatever. That's all the same stuff we do. I don't know how you make this, but you get an ender pearl. Oh, that's pretty expensive, but it's easier than trying to kill a bunch of endermen, right? Yep, yes, it is. We're at way out here. So let's just quickly, we'll go through the rest of these here. You can turn, flesh into leather. Pretty cool. Spider eyes, fermented spider eyes. Grass. Perfect. Bone into blaze rod. That is nice. Okay. Sand into soul sand, cobblestone into that, and we can turn all of this from a skeleton into a wither skeleton, dull dust into redstone, and on and on and on, and then an ender tier into a gas tier. So that is pretty cool, and it's a very, very easy, very quick thing to be able to get started with. But what I didn't get to say at the beginning is I've seen a lot of people that are playing this on the official server, and I read some of the comments and other things, and people are having some problems with Evilcraft. And so I wanted to start Evilcraft today so that we could at least see that it's not that hard to do. It's pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of work, and honestly, once we have the flight gem, things have gone really quick, because you can move back and forth pretty quick and not have to spend a lot of time running looking for mobs to fill your blood extractor for the initial time. But once you get the blood infuser, you only need 250 millibuckets of blood to be able to start your dark power gems, which is what you're ultimately getting after. So cool. I hope you guys see today that this is it's not as scary as it is. It's pretty fun, actually. So it's good. The other purpose for today's episode was I wanted to take you guys to all these base options. So what I'm going to do is please vote, go back and vote for what option you think. What we'll do is I'll let it soak for a week or so, and this time next week we'll talk about where we want to go and where we want to build. I don't want to go too overboard in this area yet because we have to move all of this to a new place. But I do want to get some of these things that I call luxuries, like this blood chest is a luxury to have. Our ME system is a luxury to have. Some of these things that are pretty easy to move, but they're nice luxuries in early game stuff. I want to get started now. So cool. Hey, thank you all. I appreciate you stopping by today. It was a lot of fun and insightful, and we got some good stuff today. So thank you. My name's cScot, and we'll catch you all again very, very soon.